Hello, students and viewers. As you know, in the series of e-lectures prepared by Department of English, Engineering College, Bikaner, and uploaded on the YouTube channel of the college, today I'm going to share the second poem, which is part of the syllabus of communication skills, second semester students of first year BTech. This is Dr. Chakravarti Narayan Shrimali, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Engineering College, Bikaner, is coming up with one more poem, and the name of the poem is No Men Are Foreign. Author of this poem is James Kirkup. Out of 3 poems which are prescribed in our syllabus, one poem we have already discussed and is available for your information and study, that is Where the Mind is Without Fear by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore. Today we'll take the second poem, No Men Are Foreign. As the name suggests, it is a very important poem and one of the most widely read poem of the poet James Kirkup. As you can see it on your screen, this is the picture of the writer James Kirkup, who penned down this poem in his youth and described the concept, a beautiful concept of universal brotherhood, which is surely the need of the day as well. He talks about all the important things which our generation, the present generation, need to understand. And first, I'll give you a brief introduction of the poet, and then we'll move towards his contribution, and finally, we'll move towards the main theme poem. We'll just discuss about that one stanza by stanza. There are 5 stanzas and we are going to discuss them all. James Faulkner Kirkup, born on 23rd of April 1918, he was a prominent English poet, translator, and travel writer. He wrote over 30 books, including autobiographies, novels, and plays. He became a fellow of the prestigious Royal Society of Literature in 1962. Kirkup left for his heavenly abode on 10th of May 2009. He stayed here for 91 years. His poetic genius started to flourish from the age of 6 when he started writing simple poetry. No Men Are Foreign is among his most famous poems. One interesting thing about James Kirkup is that he used to write with a lot of pen names, means pseudonyms, not using the original name in his poems. And the influence of India was shown on him, that one pseudonym or pen name which he kept was Aditya Jha. So this is how he wrote, and his contribution towards people who are in depression is widely acclaimed in the world. This quotation by James Kirkup, that the sad thing is suicide does not end the pain, it just passes it on to someone else, is one of the widely used quotation for the patients of depression and anxiety, because these people keep on having such thoughts of ending their lives. And what James Kirkup here suggests is that the pain is not going to be destroyed, only the life will be, and that pain will reach to other people. Now we'll talk about the poem. This is a very important poem, and it has 5 stanzas. So we'll just discuss stanza by stanza, and I will describe all the important aspects of it, as well as the rhyme scheme and the literary figures and things used in this one for the better understanding of the poem. This is a short poem. So we'll start with the introduction to the poem. The title, No Men Are Foreign, means that no man belong to another country. The poet Kirkup wants to say that all men are same, all men are equal. He wants to promote the concept of universal brotherhood. In this poem, the poet wants to tell us that everyone in this world is same. All people, all men are same. They eat, live, and die the same way. Everyone gets the bounties of nature, like sunshine, land, etc., in equal measure. We can also say that this is a peace poem, and you can understand that this is a very special adjective to this poem, that this is a peace poem. In these turbulent times, it is a peace poem. So I'll read out the first stanza for you. Remember, no man are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes, like ours, the land our brothers walk upon. Is earth like this in which we all shall lie? In this first line, the poet says that no man are strange and no country is foreign. So he is attempting to remove the borders from the earth which have been erected to separate different countries. Then only no country will be foreign. We will feel every country as our own land. When there will be no borders, everyone will be free to move around. The point wants to say that the entire earth is one, and all the people who live on this earth belong to one human race. Then he says that inside the uniforms worn by soldiers of different countries, the human being is the same. God has made all of us in a similar way. We all breathe in the same way. And then he says that all the soldiers are our brothers. We all walk upon the same Mother Earth, and upon our death we shall lie in the grave in the same earth. What he is trying to convey is about the unity, about the universality, about the equal status of every human being, and that is very important for us to understand. When we come to the next stanza number 2, and we get to know, he says, they too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests, by war's long winters starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. They here refers to those people who belong to other countries. We call them foreigners and discriminate them and fight with them also. The poet says that the nature has given all the bounties to all people also, just like he has given to us. God does not differentiate between people from different countries. We all do farming during the time of peace, when there is no war. We live a relaxed life and eat the things given to us by Mother Nature. Further, he adds that the way we starve during wars and winter time is the same for those who are belonging to other countries. Even they do not get food at that time. So he wants to say that foreigners who belong to another country and we both are same. And that the poet says that even their hands are same as ours. They work very hard just like we do. He is giving all these examples to convey to the reader that there is no difference in us and the people belonging to other country. Stanza after stanza, by giving different examples, he is trying to convey the idea of oneness. And in this third stanza, he is going to emphasize it more. Let us read. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. The poet asks the reader to remember something. He says that we should keep in mind that the people of another country, whom we think to be our enemies, have been bestowed by God with similar appearance like us. God has given them eyes like ours, which open when awake and close when we are asleep. Similarly, he has given them strength, which can win through love. Then he says that in every country, in every land, there is one common thing, that is life. Life means all the things that are living. And if we can recognize them, and if we can understand their feelings, and realize that they are like us, then there will be no fights or wars between us. Now we are moving towards the stanza number 4, towards the closing of this beautiful poem. And in stanza 4, James Kirkup says, let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispossess, betray, condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. The poet says that we should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person from another country, to think him as our enemy, and whenever we think someone to be our enemy, then we deprive ourselves, we cheat ourselves, and we condemn ourselves. He says that we should stay away from such negativity. We should not consider anyone to be our enemy. During a war, both the parties must bear the loss. And that is why the poet says that war is not in our favor. He says that whenever we pick any weapon against someone, we should remember one thing. And what one thing? He is going to express that one in stanza 5, the final stanza of this beautiful and captivating poem. He says, "It is the human earth that we defile, our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no man are foreign and no countries strange." We should keep in mind that whenever we pick weapons against any person, we make the earth dirty, because weapons kill people and their bodies, which fall on the Mother Earth, make it dirty. Whenever war happens, it leads to a lot of bloodshed, fire, and death. These dead bodies accumulate on the earth and it makes it impure. The fire of war which erupts, the smoke which comes out, the dust which fills the air, it is so dirty that it pollutes and outrages the purity of the air. With all these things, the poet wants to give us a clear-cut message that we should not indulge in war. Finally, he ends the poem by writing the first line in reverse. Read it carefully, and saying that remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. When we just take the complete impression of this poem, we just need to go through some literary devices which are being used by the writer. Rhyme scheme of this poem is written in free verse, and there is no rhyme scheme in the poem. Alliteration is used. The repetition of a consonant sound in two or more closely placed words is called alliteration. The instance of alliteration in the poems are body, breathes, B sound is repeated. In stanza 2 also, wars, winter, and W sound is repeated. Metaphor is also used when we say uniform refers to the military of different countries. In stanza 2, we are going to say war's time is compared to the winter season. So repetition is also used in the entire poem, and just notice it properly that remember word is repeated 5 times in this poem. Remember, no man are strange, no country is foreign is repeated in stanza 1 and stanza 5. So there are many things which have been repeated, but still they are on the whole they are going to just put a very beautiful and very enchanting, very captivating effect. That is why in the beginning also I said this is a peace poem. And just once more, I'll read out the summary for you so that you people can keep the main idea of this poem. The poem No Man Are Foreign begins and ends with the same line. Remember, no man are strange, no country is foreign, as the poet wants to emphasize on the fact that all the people living on this earth are the same, and that we have created distinctions by erecting borders and fences, different languages, etc. While we are alive, we walk on the same earth, and upon our death, we will lie in our graves in the same earth. He draws another similarity that we all enjoy good food during peace and starve during war and in the winter. We all have similar hands, which we use to do a lot of hard work. All of us have eyes, which remain open when we are awake and close when we are asleep. He reminds the reader that whenever we hate someone, we cheat and hate ourselves. Also, when we pick up weapons against someone, we pollute the earth and make it impure with the huge amounts of dead bodies strewn on it. So, we need to understand that this is a wonderful poem for our understanding, and furthermore, the reading will give you an insight into it. So remember, no men are foreign, no countries are strange. We are one and we must stand united. Thank you very much.